Hey you, yes you. Do you have a mom, dad, siblings, or someone dear to you? What are you going to do if they suddenly fence in front of you? How will you react if they choke while eating with you? Are you going to watch your loved one droning and droning while sleep bathing together? Don't you want to save them? Will you not going to regret by doing nothing when all of the unfortunate incidents happen right in front of you? I'm here just want to remind you that we won't know when will all of these unfortunate situation happens right before our very eyes. What should you do now? What is your very first action to take? Here in this video, I would like to convince you to learn basic first aid and you can be a lifesaver. You should start learning to master first aid now. Go and find any first aid course out there. There are so many of them. Just choose with whom you want to learn it. Just make sure that the first aid coach has the credibility. I'm here talking as a cadet member of the Malaysian Red Crescent of UKM. I do realize that first aid is one of the most important things to learn as a human being. You need to learn first aid because CPR is salvaging lives. CPR is one of the lessons in first aid. No family will rely solely on 999. Usually, if anyone stops breathing or stops beating, he or she can live just for 4 to 6 minutes before the oxygen deprivation can lead to brain damage or death. For your loved one, CPR will buy additional time before clinical assistance can arrive by artificially circulating oxygen to the brain. Statistics indicates that the sooner the CPR is initiated, the greater chance of the survival. In fact, if CPR is done early enough, the American Heart Association estimates that 100,000 to 200,000 lives of adults and children could be saved each year. I would like to share a story about Luke and Andrea, who have been married for 6 years when the shocking incident happened in their backyard. Luke found his wife, Andrea, lying down unconsciously after he changed their son's diaper in the house. He then called 911 and started doing CPR to his faint wife until the ambulance arrived. He did CPR for 7 minutes. He was glad that he learned CPR training. Even his wife gave him credit for taking the training, and that is actually saved her life. Do you still think that you do not need to learn first aid? Then I'll tell you more about it. First aid knowledge and training is a must because over 70% of cardiac and respiratory emergencies occur in the home. The leading cause of death in children is accidental injuries, including choking and drowning. And 16 million children are sent over to the emergency room every year. Over 1.5 million heart attacks occur, and about 350,000 of these individuals die before they can reach a hospital. CPR is not for heart attack alone. According to the American Heart Association, nearly 7 million adults and children suffer disabling injuries each year in their own homes and backyards, arising from incidents that may require CPR. Certain common sudden death causes that may require CPR include electrical shocks, heart attacks of hearts, drowning over, extreme reaction to allergies, shocking, overdose on medications, and suffocation. An emergency life-saving treatments conducted when the heart stops beating is CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Immediate CPR can double or triple the chances of survival after heart failure. This is why you need first aid knowledge and training. Other than that, you should learn first aid as soon as possible because it will make you feel empowered and helpful. first aid knowledge and training will give you the courage to respond properly when an accident occurs. Before reaching for the phone to call an ambulance, coping with any life-saving injuries is important. Knowing when and how to move someone after an accident and when they should be left still is also very helpful. By having the knowledge and training can help you stay calm in every situation. This will help the victims physically and psychologically. Survival rates are greatly increased by really top-notch CPR, but not so good CPR is better than no CPR at all, said David Gessner, a senior paramedic with a Dayton Fire Department. The injuries and emergency that do not need CPR, such as broken leg, bleeding wound, and others, the amount of pain suffered by the victims can be minimized by first aider. In an emergency situation, learning how to act helps you to remain calm. Staying calm will help you to provide the patient with emotional support and helps keep them from panicking, which can also be a very powerful method of pain relief. Furthermore, it will also significantly minimize the amount of discomfort they feel when you know how to physically move those in pain, support their injuries, and prescribe adequate bandages and dressings. Staying with the patient before emergency services arrive to take over ensures the crucial details about how the patient injury or information about their condition can be transmitted. This knowledge is important for the successful care of the patient by the emergency services and can also support the treatment and rehabilitation of the patient. So, remember that 1 second is worth it. For every minute that passes, the probability of survival will decrease by 7 to 10% directly after the heart stops. This suggests that the probability of survival is just 40 to 50% if the heart has stopped for 5 minutes. You should learn first aid at this moment. We should avoid adding insult to injury. I'd like to restate my point about the reasons you need to learn first aid. And first and foremost, first aid is salvaging lives. Second, 70% of all cardiac and respiratory emergencies occur in the home. Last but not least, learning and training first aid will make you feel empowered and helpful. You should start learning and mastering first aid now. This is not like going on a wild goose chase. If it is not you to save your family and other people, then who will? So, thank you for lending me your ears.